Let's get this over with. I don't know how long this is going to be. Picking up the torch. Thankfully, I can play as monk, so... For this. Thankfully. Hello. Ronald. Oh, good to see you. I was hoping you would pay us a visit. The Lance Guard received word from the various nations you visited in your search for the treasures. Requested that we inform you of the latest tidings. They also send their earnest gratitude for your efforts. It seems each of the 5 criminals have been brought into custody, although some have to be tracked down after you trounced them. They now await the judgment of the governments they wronged. I thought all was well until I overheard some customers saying that the Passage of the Unbound had new leaders. New leaders? Oh no. The shop was so busy that I couldn't find a chance to speak with them before they left. But I felt compelled to report what I heard to the Lance Guard. It was a sombering reminder that as long as their leader, Apia is free, she can rebuild and scheme again. Yeah, we kind of got her. You must have learned about the organization's workings during your search. Do you remember anything that might help us find out what she's up to? Each of her leaders with the security truth. Their funds were coming from... each leader was carefully selected. Some greater purpose. I see. Huh. I see, and they didn't care if her leaders could keep secrets. Considering what we know of her, I doubt she was a good judge of character in that respect. But even a fool can do harm with enough coin. We do best not to underestimate her. The Lance Guard also managed to dig up information. One of those apprehended said the Passage of the Unbound received their funds from a shady mercantile outfit located in Uda. I have an idea. If Apia really is recruiting new members, we could form an interest in her cause to get close to her. And you might be onto something. We even know a man she's never had the pleasure of meeting. Ronald. You want me to join? You want me to sneak foreign? You want me to act like I want to be a member of this madness? I know we're asking a lot from you, but any information you extract from Apia, I don't know how to say that name, and I can't figure out what App. It's App. Her name is now App, and her new cohorts could prevent further incidences. What do you say? Call it as I see it. That's all I can do. Desperate times, I suppose. We're very grateful. A small warning, however. We do know 5 treasures were stolen, but there could be more. Whatever you do, don't treat App lightly. I suggest finding out what power she has at her disposals and what her goals are before making a move. Which reminds me, those you are aided are most eager to see App apprehended. We'll tell them you're hot on her tail. But now, why don't you travel to Oda and ask around? Perhaps our quarry has already tried to recruit the disillusioned into her ranks. One of them sticks. One of those kebabs. One of those kebabs. Is that? No, that's only like meat. Ooh, sausage. Oh, nachos. Tacos. Anyway. Seems like everyone is here. Willing to wish to topple the nations of the world. I'm afraid I haven't heard of such a group, but there are no storage of complaints about this sort. Okay. Sultanic. Most common regrets about market fees. You hear the merchants tell it. Every one of them is a single bad bargain away from an empty coin purse. I can't say they go as far as treason. Shifty-eyed blokes. More shifty than usual, you mean? Well, it just so happens a strange man tried to strike up a conversation with me not too long ago. Said he'd like how eagerly I gave those bastards in the brass blades a piece of my mind. He invited me to a gathering of people who sought true freedom, as he put it. I don't like the smell of it. Hence you find me here. I don't know the name App, but I do know of a strange man. Each day he stands aloof, staring at passerby with these dead eyes. Last I saw him, he was near the market bar. Oh, it makes my stomach turn just to imagine he might still be there. You can show his, you can get his, near the market boards. What? I'm angry. Why? I don't know. Just gonna stand there with, stand here. Stand. Now, no. So just do the emote. Okay. No. Wait. This is the... Oh, it's over here. Alright. I don't know. It's like, excuse me, why I stand in this corner and you look angry. Don't know why, but apparently I was told to look angry. You don't mind letting me bend your ear? You. Oh, I see you. I sent you a kindred spirit. That is the worst thing to introduce you with. That's the worst way to introduce yourself. One who's tired of being trampled on by the high and mighty. I think there's a place for you in our organization, the Passage of the Unbound. You might have heard tell of mysterious artifacts being used to incite unrest in the world. That was our doing. The oppressed finally striking back with the oppressors to win back the freedom they took for us. Really. But we mean to aim higher, and for that, we need more good men and women to lead us. Men like you. As long as I get my own artifact, I'm in. Down with the oppressors, I guess. God. I like your guts though, but have what it takes. Mayhap you don't. Either way, you have to pass the audition first. You want a seat at the table? Prove you're worth your while. One of our own is standing by at the gold court. Show him this handbill. He'll lead you to where you need to go. Goodbye. I don't like that. that woman in the background. She's like, Ron, what are you doing over there? What are you doing? Ron's over here up to his shenanigans of adventure again. Oh boy. What is he gonna do this time? What's going on this time? Bound agent. What do you want? So you wish to lead others upon the passage, eh? Well, you're welcome to try. But fair warning, this may be the hardest trial you ever had to endure. Are your loins rapidly? I guess so. That enthusiasm will take you far now, then. Follow me. I don't know. Was it harder than taking down several gods, or the personification of despair and death? Which are two separate entities, by the way. The audition will be held in this room. Even those with the blackest hearts have balked at what we put our potential leaders through. So I'll be listening to your progress with great interest. Really? Really? Because I've seen your last leaders. They weren't. First of all, if we were going to be evil, we would have kicked the door in and just wondered. Can you hear it? The cry of a child too young to know fear. Can you see it? A black bird in flight, its wings staining the azure skies. Can you feel it? The shape of the world as it should be, molded by hands free of feathers. The passage to the new morrow. What the... With that, let us begin the audition for our new round of leaders. May the selection committee please take their seats. Oh, this should be easy. What are you? Well, we now have... You look disappointed somehow. I understand. You expected to meet our founder. My apologies, but you'll need to prove yourself. Ere you are granted such an audience. Now tell us your name. Okay, fine. Your true name. It's like I can refuse to answer and be like, can't give you that. No. Well done. Apache Duran works in the shadows, and our true names hidden until their revelation can have the most dramatic impact. Oh, it'll be dramatic once you hear it. On to the next question. Why do you wish to join us? I was impressed by your previous leaders. Spoken like someone whose only ambition is to serve. We require hearts bold enough to remake our organization in their own image. Well, sometime enough of your ambitions. What can you do? I can take on anyone or anything in a fight. No one can craft a gather like me. And trust me on that. I've got it all maxed. When a novice, could you support us in the back from the back lines? If you're gonna lead, you have to be willing to leap into the thick of things. Like Ellie did. Now hold on. That what got her in trouble. Instead of staying in the back row. Sometimes you have to be in the shadows to control things. That's enough questions for now, methinks. Let's see if this one has the guts to stand against an entire nation. His traitorous curse sold us out to our enemies. Chop over his head for us. Mm-hmm. With that? Yeah, I'm done playing this game. Nah, I don't. Your little ruse, how insightful, Bruce. You played the traitor most convenient. Boy, and now you may leave. Oh yes, the final task. Strike a pose that captures your essence. What the heck? Do a little dance. Yeah, not that one! Oh, such confidence, such grace. They quite literally emanate from you. Oh. That was the Manderville pose. So, I believe we're ready to make our decision. You have to want them. You truly are singular among the other applicants. We can confidently say you've passed the first audition. First audition? Even hard-boiled Shalty nearly cracked under the pressure of our inquiries. But you remain composed throughout. Congratulations on your impressive feat. Our agent awaits it out to guide you on to the next step. God, this place looks strange. Like, what is this? She's got two. She has two of these. Byaku, chairs. It looks like you just surround yourself with junk, don't you guys? Just junk. What is all this? You run an organization or a cringe fest here? Maybe it'll return. Oh, don't worry, we'll be back. Oh, this is a setup quest. You thought we'd welcome you into the fold after a single audition? Oh, if you know our standards are higher than that. By the way, if you failed back there, I'd be guiding you to combat training right now. You never have too much father for the cause, after all. Not many have been where you're going. But don't celebrate yet. The hardest part is still to come. There's nothing hard about that. Oh, so this is the end. You must endure one final test. And seeing as how important it is our founder will be conducted it herself. She was here a moment ago, but something compelled her to leave for the Sagoli Desert. Always has she followed the slightest whim. Show some initiative and find her among those massive dunes. Don't be intimidated. Truly meant to lead us. Fate arranged this meeting long ago. I meant to lead. So if I gained control as a leader, I could shift it from evil to good. We could have the passage of the unbound. Good. Ah! I fell on a fate. Help. Nah, this feels like a trap, though. They want me... They're sending me out here just to destroy me. I'm a threat to them, I bet. I'm a threat! There. What's that with her? What's that thing? She has an artifact. What the? Stop. What are you? Shake. Oh, excuse me? Spin. Now come. Does the artifact let you... What? It lets her control monsters. It works as well as I remembered. No beast is too great for the artifact's influence. Does it temper? What are you doing here? Do you fancy strolls amongst nondescript sand dunes? Or is this not a chance encounter? Is that so? My underlings see potential in you. Well then, let us proceed straight to introductions. Remember my name. Ah. Because I can't say your entire name. Oh my god. I just realized. Is this a JoJo reference? Is this a JoJo reference? What's this? God, that... If you wish to be one of my chosen leaders, there is but one requirement. Boundless charisma. Extraordinary strength and unparalleled intellect means nothing if you lack charm. No one will follow a bore. Yet when spoken with the right tender, even wicked words can resonate with small folk and rouse them into action. They'll gladly throw themselves into the thick of battle for a cause they believe in. All cause. I did well in forming my first charade of leaders. Their absolute devotion to indulging their own desires moved me, even me, to tears. For all their faults, I still wholeheartedly believe they were worthy of wielding the artifacts. Make me believe the same about you, and I should gladly take you under my wing. Oh, that's simple. I took all 5 of them out. That's all. Just tell her that. I'm the reason why those leaders are gone now. Oh. Well, now's your chance to impress me. Tell me, what do you wish to gain by overthrowing the nations of the world? Nothingness. Nah. Well, many a dream has died in silence. To see your desires realized, you must be bold in yourself. I only want one thing, freedom. You have it! You have... What is freedom to these people? My village prospered amid nature unrestrained, while those in it were bound by the rules of society. Our rule were determined by birth. Some would hunt, some would weave, but none were allowed to follow their hearts. Oh. Obedience meant a life without hardship, yes. But I can't suffer the task But I couldn't suffer the task I was burdened with. Oh yeah. If I'm right, the Vieira, they live in the forest with nature, but but those that leave or don't want to be there, they are exiled and considered traitors. In defiance to those stifling customs, I went into the forest to hunt and returned to my village with a prey mightier than any that had been caught before. For this, I was rewarded with exile. Yet my banishment was a blessing in disguise, for it helped me realize I could survive. I could thrive unbound by rules. I understood that many like-minded souls yet suffer under the subjugation of state. I resolved to become an example they could follow, to build the passage, guide them to freedom. So, where were you guys at during all the Golemald stuff? Huh? When Golemald was taking over everything. We could have used that. You could have used the Passage of the Unbound to help us with that. Enough about myself. There's something I wish you should see. Follow me, but be wary of the beast that infests these sands. See, by being silent, though, you call it a weakness. Now I just gained every information I needed about you. I have all that I need. As I said, beasts abound in these parts. I could kill them myself, but this presents an opportunity. Let us commence the practical exam. Defeat these creatures by whatever means is at your disposal. Right, Dad? Goodbye. It was a fine show of strength, not enough to impress the meek into following you, I dare say. Good, now follow me. We're not far now. What are you trying to do here, folks? Oh. Here we are. I heard the stars are breathtaking from this vantage. In Uda, they would charge you to view the sky from a place like this. As if there weren't enough hands grasping at our coin purse. Let's wait a while and see if the stories are true. Yeah, I've been to one of them. Indeed, it is every bit as beautiful as they say. It was a worthwhile trek, wouldn't you agree? I've been up there. The light from those stars traveled all the way from the edge of the firmament. Obstructed by nothing on its journey, free. People have the same capacity. Each of us a star unto ourselves. The light of our lives illuminating the farthest reaches of the heavens. Ah, yes, you've passed, by the way. I knew I wanted you with me as soon as after our first meeting. Friends and allies gravitate towards you, don't they? I can tell. So to honor your introduction into my inner circle, I shall reward you with an artifact of power unequaled. Is what I would like to say. Unfortunately, my stock of magical objects have been much depleted as of late. Aww. Are you truly so crestfallen? I suppose I cannot fault you for staying true to your ambitions. Actually, I have enough artifacts. The artifact wielded by the previous Keta were purloined from across the continent of Tural, where they were enshrined as objects of great power. Alas, we had greater need of them. Mine, however, came into my possession long before that. It belonged to our village. After I was exiled, I traveled the world to seek a place that was truly free. Oh, maybe not. Disillusioned by every nation I set foot in, I eventually crossed the ocean to Tural. In the remote outskirts of Extral, I came across ancient and forgotten ruins, and within I encountered the spirit of a young boy called himself the Wise One. I asked the Wise One where I might find freedom, and he told me this story. When I yet lived, my people ventured into Extral, but before we could settle here, a terrible sickness struck, and one by one, many lost their lives. I sought a way to conquer this affliction, crafting an instrument that could harness the power of mighty beasts. Thus was the first treasure created. Alas, I was too late to save my brethren, yet I knew I could save others from our fate. And so I traveled the land, bestowing the treasures upon struggling tribes. I wish to create a place where people bereft of a home can live as they wish. Such a treasure could help me realize this dream. Your conviction is plain to see. That is true. 5 treasures have I bequeathed, but there is one which remains sealed away. It is power far too dangerous. My conviction means I could wield it responsibly. I beg you, bestow the treasure upon me. My words must have swayed him, because the spirit's final act was to honor me with the relic before disappearing. I will use the power entrusted to me to shatter the rules that stifle us. That is why I created the passage of the Unbound. And now you are one of its leaders. Stand by my side, and together we shall release the people of the world from their chains. Oh, don't do it again. Oh. You know, I've been up there. I've been to the moon. Imagine telling her that suddenly. I've been up there. I did not initially intend to spend so much time in these wastes. Do ensure you master that pose I showed you. Although I only recently invented it, I expect every member to be capable of striking it at a moment's notice. With that, I cordially welcome you to the passage of the Unbound. No! Oh, no! You can't be opposed to the Unbound. Oh, no. You've got to be kidding me with this one. What is it? What is this? I forget. Oh, what's that? Ah, that's funny. Enforcing freedom. Now that the night sky has energized us, it's time to take action. Our goal is no less than to see every nation of the world crumble. Why? Some of them are still recovering from the final days. Others are recovering from everything. Yeah, we must start somewhere. I was struck by how much had changed during my most recent visit to Tyrol, when I gathered the first group of my chosen leaders. At the time I encountered the Wise One, no ruler had united the continent under one banner. Uncertainty was in the air, but so was the scent of freedom. I had never seen a place quite like it. So much did it intrigue me, in fact, that I adopted a Shitona name for myself. Yet now, that same freedom I found so appealing is bound by the restrictions of state. And each day that passes, those binds grow tighter. That is why our first course of action shall be to return to Tyrol, to what it once was, to liberate it from the tyranny of Toriola. It's not tyranny. I mean, it's not tyranny if everybody is fine with who's ruling. While my previous leaders were avatars of self-indulgence, they never quite grasped the concept of throwing a nation. It falls on us to set a precedent for future leaders to follow. Go to Tyrol and get the lay of the land. Venture to in Shilani. Rendezvous with my enforcers at the local tavern. Any way of further orders there. You better stop by whatchamacallit. Yeah. I mean, even if you overthrow it, what are you going to do when everybody's like, we don't like you? And they enjoy it. Yeah. If you, even if you overthrew Wak Lamont, the whole, what are you going to do when the entire nation is like, we don't like you though? Like, bring back Wak Lamont as our back to rule, and it's like, let's not forget, we reunited everyone under one banner because they believed in her. Mono, you are returned. Were you able to track down the app? Well, and I have so many. I see her methods for testing the mettle of her would-be leaders are as unique as the candidates themselves. That learning that her next target is Turiolo makes a sicky feeling in my stomach worse. Trust me, they're not that smart. This revelation doesn't come as a complete surprise, you see. We've heard whispers of a plot against the city. I've been aiding the Lance Guard with investigating leads. While you were abroad, some familiar faces showed up to lend a hand. Oh, speak of the vitriol. Hey! Welcome back. Look at this guy. The blue one over here in the corner. On the far left. This guy's talking. And he's just staring at us like, what's going on over there? That looks more interesting than whatever you're talking about, sir. When Brookhaven sent word you meant to pursue App, we were eager to join the hunt. Right as we were arranging a ship to cross the ocean, we spied a suspicious group disembarking at the port, and decided we might better aid you by tracking their movements. They claimed to be looking for work and obtained permission to travel to Shalani. Yeah, but upon arriving, they went to work of a different sort, asking anyone they could find about Toriolo and the inner workings of its government and defenses. But not bothering the people of Shaloni. They loaf about and huts away. The master of the tavern said the group spends long hours talking to other patrons, rarely ordering a thing and going on about some plan. Clearly, they are the enforcers App mentioned. We need to find out what they're planning and how App's treasure fits into the picture. Then we can figure out how to stop them. Let's split up. If these enforcers are as talkative as they seem, I'm sure they won't be hard to eavesdrop. Let me help too. I have an idea that makes things easier. But it requires Ronald to aid us. I hope you can oblige. You mean I can be good again? When it's settled, though. Loash, Tipiki, and I will uncover the nature of App's treasure. These linked pearls should make it easier to communicate. I bought them from a foreign soldier. I knew they'd come in handy sooner rather than later. Alright, once we've discovered something, we'll meet you at the Aetheryte Plaza. And now then, follow me and I'll tell you about this idea of mine. Yay, we're gonna do things. All the things. How about? I've something now to make our job a lot easier. The Dreamwing Cocoon. The village elder understood how much it means to me to bring the unbound to justice for their crimes, and trusted me to do so once and for all. You met this app in the flesh, yes? That means you can use the cocoon to intimidate or imitate her. Like you do that? Why, I was ready to use stealth and deception. But this will make getting the information we need much easier. I'm thinking exactly. But it will be all for nothing if App reaches them before we do. So let's make our way to what? I don't know. I mean, I'm already one of their leaders. I mean, I could just waltz in and just find out what's going on and then be like, okay. I like put a plot with it. What? Where? In? Upstairs? Outside? Jeez. Hang on. That's 24. That's 12. I took a peek inside and saw a few rough-looking types in sound temporarily gathered around one of the tables. Doubtless they are our targets. There's no one fitting App's description, so she probably hasn't arrived yet. This is her chance. We can hear everything from here. So we'll keep an eye out in case App makes her an appearance. If she does, we'll call you on Linkville. Alright, Ronald. Take the Dreamweave cocoon in hand, and in your mind's eye, envision that wicked woman. What transforms? Certain duties require you to transform. Yep, that's done. Most of them. Oh, boss, wait. You told us not to trust anyone, even yourself. If you were who I think you are, then do the pose. You all got sore arms from practicing it so much. Very good. So rude. No one but you could strike a pose half as inspiring. We've been waiting, boss. What is wrong with that guy? Wait, he's going towards the door. I don't like that. Now that you're here, that means it's time to mobilize, right? You remember what the plan is, right? Just to be sure. We each memorize a different part to make sure we don't forget it. We'll launch our attack from the gates of Toriolo. Ceronium barrels will blow at the bits in a fantastic explosion. And Elliot's concoction will give us the strength to crush the land's guard like ants. A simple plan for simple villains, don't you think? Pressing. Huh. There's gotta be more to this. How will I have this page? How? How will my artifact? What will you be having? Excuse me, we're in the middle of something. Gotta play the role. Yeah, mind your business. We'll be moving along, so stop trying to bleed us under every coin we have. It's just business. We see doing a project. Take her out. We have to buy time. Keep the henchmen talking. What? You're there. Excuse me, I wouldn't go in. The drinks are more water than spirit. Does that sound? Oh, good thing I'm not thirsty. Oh no, the food. There's no food either. They sold every last dish. Oh, you have the gall to remain open? Greed runs amok indeed. Luckily, I wasn't planning on ordering anything. I'd rather die than become a paying customer. Have you no shame? What is this? What, did you think the world needs to be given to you or something? Meanwhile, and to act foolish. What's wrong with those two in the back? There was something else. I didn't think there was. You were supposed to shore up our numbers, right? That the artifact of yours would give us an army. Well, did it? I don't know. Get out of there. She's coming in. Oh, I wouldn't go. Why would you put this? Very good. Wow. Oh, you're already here? You go quickly. Well, that means we can all get started. We can get started all the sooner. Once Toriolo succumbs to our wrath, to that end, we shall celebrate the return to true liberty in Tyrol. Now, see to your preparations and then join us upstairs. You strike when I give the order. Oh, that was close. I didn't know what would have happened if we were found out. We couldn't hear what you were saying while we were trying to distract out. Did you get anything we can use? Mm-hmm. That's great. Tenoa and the others have just arrived themselves. Let's go meet them. Are you sure it's wise for me to meet them? I heard you ran into App at the tavern. Tell us everything that happened. See, our plan is to strike at Toriolo from the Shaloni side. Then we can focus our defense there. You said our minions spoke of an army being summoned by your treasure. That matches with the story we heard. It was told to us by one of the Vipers. We hope their expertise in tracking deadly beasts such as the Tyrol Vitriol, the very source of our treasure's power, might provide insight on the capabilities of hers. Apparently, they received reports that creatures across Tyrol were falling under the thrall of a Shitona woman. Even the most feral of beasts obey her like a docile lamb. Her artifact controls monsters. I saw App command a massive worm. A worm. Well, we now know what our enemy is capable of. I heard that some animals hunt by hypnotizing their prey with sound, smell, or even magical energy. Perhaps the Tyrol Vitriol, whose essence lies in her treasure? One of those, but it's difficult to say which. Even so, we know App's plan and the threat we face. We can prepare for whatever she might throw at us. We'll cut off her advance at Zargar the Boundless. It'll take everything we have to drive her back. But if we fight as one, neither her nor her beast will take a single step into Toriolo. I'll stay here for a while and keep an eye on things. If that makes a move, I'll contact you at once. Can you tell Real Major what we've learned? Wait, hold on. Excuse me. Ah! Bye. 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 Sorry. Huh? She's bringing an army of beasts to our doors. Ah, there's so little time to prepare. And if the treasure can bend ferocious beasts to its will, we must consider the possibility it could be used on people, too. I'll bring you the same information to the Lance Guard at once. but they may begin readying the city's defenses. I don't need to review nor they. Let a single citizen come to harm. This is it, Ronald. Any luck, App and our cronies will soon be languishing themselves. Oh, that's it. Has a nervous look in her eyes. We're just gonna put this all together. You said 10 to, let's keep it watching. Right? I suppose no good news is good. No news is good news? Hold on. App and our minions are preparing to depart. It's time. Everyone make our stand before the gates of Toyota. And he... And here I was hoping that App would turn herself in. Well, I suppose she'll just have to be brought in by force. She might have that treasure, but she doesn't have our allies, and she certainly doesn't have you. Wait, today we stopped the Unbound. Tomorrow we'll welcome a dawn and Toyota free of their shadow. Hang on. It's times. Yeah, 1 a.m. 1 a.m. is yeah, okay. 1 a.m. No, 1 a.m. is when maintenance starts. I don't know, it just gave me the thing. 1 to 5. Which I was gonna go play something else during that time. Yeah, we'll just merge this all into one. There we go, map in the brain. Oh. Huh. Although the circumstances that brought us together were less than fortunate, I am confident that in the end, we'll be stronger for them. We will be destroyed. We won't allow the passage of the Unbound to wreak havoc on Toyota. Today, App and her ilk answer for their crimes. In this battle will be saved at certain points in the events that you should defeat. Oh, okay. You know the quest to log out of the game. This progress will be lost. Huh? They're here. After that, where's the beast? We knew you were coming in. You and your gang of thugs won't be going any further. So you've chosen to join the other sheep, have you? How disappointing. I offered you so much more than the life of a lapdog. I never intended to fight, but villains like you don't deserve freedom. Oh, of course you would say that. You are Eurasia's savior, after all. So you know who I am. I knew it from the moment I saw you, and I suppose now you're asking yourself why I was so forthcoming with my plans. I wanted you to see what we fight for, to realize the beauty of true freedom, and devote yourself to the pursuit of it as our ally. Alas. Your allies only follow you because the treasure has them in their thrall. No one willingly follows such a reckless leader. That's interesting. You think I have the power to command others against their will? Well, don't you? You are far more foolish than I believed. I would never rob anyone of their freedom. You sure of that? You robbed the monsters of their freedom. She's gone. Or maybe... Not gone. Here. Beast approaching from the Tuliolan side. How? But how? We committed to this side, and now she strikes at our blind spot. We must open the gate. She knew. She knew we would come here. The path to a new tomorrow lies ever before us. You only be brave enough to walk it. Leave this lot to us. You tend to the others. What is that thing? You have to take care of these beasts before. I'm trying. I'm trying to move. Oh, it feels good to actually have my power back as a DPS. Like, I don't mind playing other jobs, but when it comes to doing other jobs to do the content of the game, it's like, ugh. Like, it's gonna show how bad I am. You just cannot live up to the real thing. Wait, to the real? They're not real? Are they illusions? I just noticed the way they disappear. She doesn't bend monsters. She makes illusions. This guy's for me. Yeah. Like, they're disappearing in a cloud of smoke. Yeah. Wait, what the? Somebody tenacious lot, aren't you? I suppose I wouldn't want you to fall too quickly. Really? So I cannot rely on numbers alone. Correct it, my darlings. Where? Which way? Oh. Is it this way? This way? Or this way? Hey, what's going on over here? Alright. He's in trouble. Yeah. Just be careful of the swing. Hold back. My innocence will keep you upright. I would not stand to that, man. Limits are just more rules to be broken. I can't do anything. Yeah, it feels good to actually play this job. Oh, we got a massive boost of power because of the potion, so... Wow, defeating you would be quite the feather in my cap. The gates are going over. Let's use your target. Just on being a thorn in my side. Well, then I shall plant the banner of evil upon the corpse of Eorzea's hero, and the meek shall flock to me. You wish. Make my fervent desire manifest. Power to seize undying freedom. That's what it does. It creates... Yeah, it creates machinations of our desire. What the... Oh, you can't touch that. Right, she said she feel. It seems like she's getting weaker. Microtendo. Like microsis? Is in that thing that mushrooms do to create a network? Oh, I probably should not be standing here, huh? Oh, I was hoping I could. What the? This is your moment. If you're wondering why she's back there, it's because she's the alchemist, so her job is just give us potions and then run off and then be like, have fun. Are you? Yes. Wait, what if I got rid of you? You take more damage than that thing. Probably best to just take this thing out. That's a bit up there. We can't hit him. We can't hit her. Ah. Oh. Oh no. That's kind of sad. It seems I must admit defeat. Yet know this, I do not believe the ideals for which I fought were misguided. Think back upon the leaders who came before you. Those 5 self-serving souls who dared to live as they pleased. Each one the perfect image of liberty. Yet ultimate perfection cannot be achieved without ultimate power. That is why we fought. Why we became villains to tear down the world's nations and those stifling rules, so that the voiceless many may speak again. But what made you feel this way? Ronald has told you already, surely, yet the exile that emboldened my hatred of meaningless restrictions also led to my awakening. I couldn't have known true freedom without it. And as I traveled the world, I noticed the same thing everywhere I went. That the many were bound by the few. In Gridania, citizens are discouraged from joining hands with their neighbors. In Yoda, merchants craft laws to exert their control over others. Even in Lamenta, once lawless pirates are made to bow to the state. Need I say more? The countless Asgardians who were tricked into sacrificing themselves when the church fanned the flames of war. The people of the East whose entire lives are determined by outdated customs and more. I had to go west to find what I saw here in Tyrol. I lived a life unbound. But so I thought. After a terrible tragedy, I was forced to find a new home once again. Terrible. What happened? I could scarcely say it. I was asked to pay for my lodgings. That's it? That's the trigger? That you had to do what all of us do? Hey, you mean you haven't been paying all along? Why should I have to trade coin for a roof over my head? In my village, charging for something so essential was unthinkable. So long as one followed the rules, that is. For the first time since my exile, I questioned my path. I convinced myself that taking care of my drunken sisters night after night wasn't so bad after all. Where did you live again? No, that doesn't matter. Surely, if you could accept trading labor for housing, you can understand the reasoning behind trading coin for it. You know, money is just another rule that's used to control us. A rule that I won't accept. I was forced to live on the street. That's your choice. You weren't forced. You chose to do that. In my tent, I plotted. The rebellion would start with me and end with the authority of every nation in tatters. She literally just wants... Yet one day, after long hours of sowing his content, I returned to my tent. Turned to find my tent gone. This place stood a sign that said no vacancy. I took her tent. The last thing you owned was gone in an instant. That can't have been easy. I can understand your perspective, App. But a world where everyone did what they pleased would soon fall to chaos. Laws are the only things which keep us from that. Exactly. You think by taking down those merchants and removing the rules that actually bind them, they have rules bound to them just as harshly. Without rules, they would make things other merchants would come and make things 10 times worse. Because now they're without restrictions. And I know firsthand what it's like to be bound by old rules. Rules whose purposes are sometimes baffling. But you don't have to follow them blindly. If you're dissatisfied, you could work to change them. What you speak of, it's not freedom. It's self-indulgence. So you're saying if I change the law, I can do whatever I please. Don't give her ideas. I mean, if the law benefits everyone in a good way, not a word got through to her. Talking anymore would just be a waste of breath. It's time to put her in chains. Oh, wow. This is all you're doing, isn't it? It's time you join the rest of your minions. I won't resist, but this isn't over. Those who share my vision will hear this injustice, and they will carry on my legacy. Not if we write out the legacy. We'll let them know the only reason you're like this will be open forevermore. Oh, God. Your bravery was inspiring, everyone. App is in the custody of the Lance Guard, and her treasure is destroyed. Without their leader and secret weapon, the Unbound may well truly be finished. We shall return to Exeter and let Ramajun know about our victory here. Yes. I heard all about your battle with the passage of the Unbound. Leave it to you to not only capture their leader, but to do so without anyone in Toyala coming to harm. Either way, mages from the Wing of Protection inspected the remains of the beasts you fought. The discoveries were surprising, to say the least. They weren't actually individual organisms, you see, but a collection of minute fungi that had taken the form of familiar creatures. What? The mages concluded that the Tyrol vitriol sealed within the treasure was likely once a fungi itself. This explains the sighting of App traveling with beasts of all sorts of of all sorts at our beck and call. She built her army by finding the fiercest creatures she could and recreating them with the power of the treasure. But they stood against that army. But you stood against that army without a shade of fear in your eyes. As a token of my gratitude. No gratitude. You're all welcome to tacos on the house whenever you're in town. Speaking of which, I hear Tenora and the others will soon be returning to their respective villages. Goodbyes are always bittersweet, but I'm sure you'd love to speak with them. They'd love to speak to you one last time. Tacos. We'll be having tacos this weekend, by the way. I have the stuff. I can hardly wait. I neglected to mention this earlier. But I was able to convince everyone back home to stop relying on the cradle. My sleepless days are over. But I've been busier than ever. I looked to Ishgard's Knights for inspiration on how to build a solidarity among the villagers. We train together and take turns on watch, among other things. Well, Loazane no longer needs to spend her days abed. And sometimes joins us in our drills. I admit this new life wouldn't be the same without her. A new life for which we both owe you thanks, Ronald. We'll keep striving to follow the example you set for us. My people have accepted the fact that we cannot always rely upon the heartstring. Even now, trained to build our natural resistance to various toxins. It took some time to figure out the right amounts to use. Now, I admit, there were some close calls, but luckily the heartstring was at our disposal. Yet I believe that our strength lies in our ability to conquer hardship. I hope one day we can trust it in our own abilities. He said, it's been some time since I had a meal that wasn't laced with poison. And how delicious food could be. The others will be glad to hear how key the Dreamweave cocoon was to our success. Though it seems App recognized you from the moment you met, it didn't make a difference, did it? It just reaffirms to me that you are more than earned your renown as a hero. I shall aspire to become a hunter worthy of Itoka's legacy. And I know it will take a lot of time and a lot of hard work. And now I'll focus on keeping my village safe. But I won't stop there. Keep your ears to the ground, Ronald. For someday you might hear tales of Hiroyuki, a hunter true. Everyone was so brave, my heart starts pounding when the fighting begins. But I didn't need to worry. Since I'm here in Toyolo, I'll visit the market before I return to my village. Oh, I almost forgot. Kuruja sent me a letter. He said the authorities have taken his circumstances into account and decided to be merciful. He'll be released soon, and just as promised, my village will be the first place he visits. Everyone's looking forward to greeting him with open arms. If Kuroja agrees to be our protector, then we can come to Toyolo more often. You think the origin of the treasures lies with the Hokyar? Even with such dominating strength as they possessed, they sought still more where their very survival was at stake. My people were afraid of the apex, and so sealed it away within our treasure. But over time, the treasure became as feared as the beast within it, and thus we never considered using it as a tool to aid us. I've been training hard, and I hope that someday I can help my people view the treasure from a new perspective. It might take a while, but look at there. I'm already stronger than last time we met, right? Heh, you don't have to answer, but trust me when I tell you, we won't take the easy road like Vera's. Every bit of progress we'll earn through hard work. On that note, as much as I'd like to stay, I suppose we all have homes waiting for us. Let's say our farewells to Baruch, Heba, and Rav Majun. I'm glad you got to catch up with everyone. Shall we bring this party to a close then? Yes. It should have been done a long time ago, but oh well. Hmm. Be well, everyone. I'll bring Lois and me next time. I want her to meet the people who helped us. Yeah. Stop by my village if you're ever in the region. I'll treat you to freshly hunted boar. Everyone get home safely. We'll meet again soon. I hope I was able to pay back the debt I owe you. Only... Really? Wait, did it? Oh no, it didn't, did it? Is that another DDoS? Oh my god, game. You're so close! This is garbage. It's sad because all like DDoS is literally somebody, is a group of, it's just a small handful of people flooding the server and network to the game, pretty much, with just massive amounts of like information at once. It's kind of like making a billion fake accounts and just flooding the servers and data centers with them. They're not real, but all that data is just being flooded into it to the point that it crashes the servers. Essentially. That's all it is. It's pretty much a data overload. That's it. Which you'd think by now, 2025, we would have probably found a way to deal with such a thing. But oh well. We were so close, like I said. Trying. So yeah. It sucks too because it's like it's getting close. I'm hoping that the hotfix changes this. It says. Man. At least it's not my internet going out for the next 15 minutes. It's just freaking God. If it happens again, that's it. I'm done. We're out. We're out. There's something else I've been wanting to check out for a while. Be well, everyone. I'll treat you to freshly hunted boar. Yeah. Everyone get home safely. We'll meet again soon. Hey, I hope I was able to pay back the debt I owe you. If only a little. If you ever need, you know how to reach me. Forever. It's something that should have been done. I should have sat down and spent the whole day doing this whole thing, but it was a long and trying road, but the treasures are finally back in their rightful place. And the passage of the Unbound, with no one to lead their meager numbers, will fade into obscurity. I'm sure we'll hear no more of them again. Unless you hit New Game Plus. Oh! There's the peace in Toyolo. Rules. Basic social considerations. Who needs them? Those pathetic bastards don't even see the yokes around their necks. Did you see how nobly App fought? As long as I can remember that sight, I'll never turn away from the path she showed us. It's up to us to continue what she started. We don't need those artifacts to bring down nations. We'll find a whole new kind of weapon. No, you won't. The passage of the Unbound shall remain ever open, and we'll be there to guide others to turn. No, you won't. No, there's more of you? Criminals, over here! Get up! By the gods, run. We can't be caught here. Get up! God! Anyway, about those tacos. On tacos. A passage rebound. But tacos. We don't get a scene with tacos? I thought we got a scene with tacos. Oh well. Anyway. I'm done now. Yeah, I'm... Look, we can't... I was going to just... I mean... This is all I wanted to do in the end. See, I started the quest line and I was supposed to finish it. The role quest and finish it before the patch. But then... circumstances happened and I was like, oh, I ain't gonna be able to finish this in time. So I was like, fine. Whatever. Anyway. Yeah. Let's see. Alright. So that's it. We're done. Oh.